What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Series 10 team collaboration showcase, and we've got Pengy on the channel today. Pengy, thanks again for joining us, and he's got a Zacian Gyarados team. Gyarados has picked up quite a bit in usage in Series 10, so I'm glad to be able to showcase this squad. Pengy, would you like to say hello to our viewers and tell us a little bit about your VGC background?
Hi everybody, thanks for having me, Cloverbells. I always enjoy sort of doing collaborative work with people, and you've been covering a lot of really awesome teams, so it's cool to be a part of it. Yeah, my name is Pengy. I am a Swiss VGC player. I live in the US though, and most recently I got top 8 in the World Cup with the Swiss national team. I used this team once. It was one of my 3 losses, but we're not going to talk about that. And I recently won the Philly local, which was our first live event in, since pre-COVID. So that was fun. And other than that, I haven't actually used this team in tournaments as much. I used it a bunch in the Scramble. I got a pretty good win rate with it in Scramble, but I'm going to be playing a bunch more tournaments with it because I'm pretty comfy with it. It's pretty good.
All right. Well, we're gonna play the team a bit today, so hopefully Pengy can help us out a bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this goes. Pengy's gonna call all the shots. I'm just gonna click the fancy buttons and give a couple jokes every now and then. So, without wasting further time, let's just jump straight into the ranked battles. The mirror.
Hydreigon.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Dragon with levitate. I understand it. Yeah.
This is a really cool team. I like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Gyarados is probably the most important Pokemon on this team, just generally speaking, so it's going to come for sure. I just don't know if we want to lead it. Amoongus looks really good here, too, especially in the Rain Aka. But, the only thing that hits it super effectively is, I guess Psychic Lando, maybe, but, yeah, I think Amoongus as a lead, I don't think is particularly bad, and I also don't think Gyarados as a lead is bad. Let's go Amoongus Gyarados. Let's have some fun.
I've never seen this lead. Okay.
Zacian in the back, obviously, and let's see. Our own Lando probably isn't going to do very much here. He's got 3 potential switch-ins to Earth Power, so we don't really want to bring that. Incin could be good for the double Intimidate meme, but we do have 2 Pokemon weak to his Lando, then.
Not ideal.
I think it's Incin. I think it's actually Incin here. We're just going to have to pivot really well. We're going to probably need to make use of Amoongus Regenerator by switching out a bunch, but I think this is okay.
Okay.
The name of the game is remove the Lando, really.
He has to bring it. Yeah. All right. SQRTA.
I don't know if we are recording when you pointed this out. The person we're playing is top 100 this time around, so this should be a good one.
Yes. All right. I can't read those names, and it is going to be the Lando. All right, he leads it right off the bat.
All right. I don't hate it, but I think this is pretty good for us because I think what you can do is you can Icy Wind Spore.
That's what I was thinking.
And if he fakes out one of them, then hey, he's either going to take 50% from Icy Wind or he's going to get Spore.
I don't think he's going to expect the Icy Wind from Gyarados, so let's see it.
He might still fake out the Gyarados, just to... actually, Sub might be a play for him here. I still think we do the same play.
Still think we have to try it.
Yeah, because we'll just break it with Icy Wind next turn anyway, and then we'll Spore him again.
All right. 2 things weak to Gyarados' Icy Wind. He does go for the fake out. Into our Gyarados.
There's going to be a Sub play here, I think.
There it is.
Yeah, so Sub comes in, that's fine.
Right. He played it safe.
And he doesn't know about the Icy Wind yet, so I think we just repeat.
We're gonna... You want to Spore that slot?
Yep. Because the Icy Wind will break the Sub.
Okay.
And if he protects, the Rilla can't really do very much except U-turn out. So if he protects here, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. We kind of want to just go for some tempo if we can.
All right. He's thinking about it. Maybe he knows the set.
Well, the other thing is Waterfall also breaks that Sub, so, Protect is not the worst play on that Lando, but we don't want to switch in one of the other 2 Mons because they're both weak to that Lando anyway, so it looks like it's going to be fine. We're going to be A-okay here.
All right. Icy Wind. Is this Stone Edge? Oh, it's Earth Power. Okay.
We should live this comfortably.
Yep.
And, yeah, as long as we don't miss the Icy Wind, we are in business.
All right. Icy Wind comes out from the Gyarados into the Rillaboom. And gonna break the Sub on the Lando.
Perfect.
Alright, and here comes the best move that Amoongus has, Spore.
And I think this is where we just double switch, honestly. We want to get that Regenerator out on that Amoongus. We can switch in the Incin just to have potential Fake Out next turn. And we also want the Zacian in here. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. We get that Amoongus switch memes going. Make sure we regenerate that HP as much as possible. I think we probably want to bring the Incin in on the Gyarados side. Just because that's more likely to be hit with the Grass move. And, you know, like, chip damage on Zacian is a lot more pivotal than chip damage on Incin. So,
alright.
It's going to be very limited chip damage anyway with -2, so it's going to be nice.
Alright, so Zacian comes out in the Amoongus slot, and it will be Incineroar to take the Gyarados. So now the Intimidate on the Rillaboom is now ×2, and the Lando must take a mandatory turn of sleep this turn. So we're going to use that to our advantage potentially, and again, this Rillaboom is going to be -2, so I don't know how much damage it's going to do. Alright, could be a U-turn.
Yeah, it did okay damage with Glide, so I wasn't really too surprised to see it stay in, but the U-turn comes out. That's going to be nice for him. Probably going to see his own instance in here.
100%.
Unless he left it for some reason, which would be a little weird. We have speed investment on our instant. It's not the fastest instant on the planet, so I guess we could just try to see what the speed interactions are. I think, like, if you want to be a ballsy boy, what we could do here is, because the chip damage on the Lando is kind of nice, even though we're at neutral here, I think Behemoth Blade should still pick up, maybe?
I think it can.
Yeah, so we could fake out the instant and just go for it here. Or the other option is that we close combat the instant and parting shot, or just protect the Zacian. That works too.
All right, well, I'm gonna need you to make a choice.
All right. You know what? Let's go back. Let's go back to the Zacian here.
Okay.
Let's be safe. Let's go for the protect because he's probably gonna fake us out.
Okay.
And let's go for the parting shot on the Lando.
Okay. All right, we got that off just in time here. So we are gonna protect the Zacian in case of a potential fake out. He does go for the fake out. Bing. Cool. All right. And he does take his mandatory turn of sleep, and we are going to get our parting shot going. And are you going to bring in the Gyarados?
I don't think we are.
Okay.
I think that it is going to be Amoongus time. Right. Is it, though? Hold on. Let's see. Full HP. Earth Power at -1 plus Flare Blitz Akka. I think we should survive a double up, actually. So Amoongus is pretty good here. Okay.
All right, we're going to get back our Mushroom.
Yep.
Alright, we have the Alka Berry.
Now, I think it's reasonably safe to double up the Lando. I think we Behemoth Blade it. It may be a range since we're neutral, and some people run bulky Lando, so it might not be a kill. But with the grass not paired with it, that should kill.
Alright. I agree with this. He could be a bulky Lando, but, you know, he does have to switch or wake up. So he doesn't do either. So he's going to give us the Landorus. Is it going to kill? No.
That's bulky. That's pretty bulky.
Alright, he did wake up.
He wakes up.
There's your...
-1, or he's -1.
Alright.
So he's going for the double up. The Akka Berry is going to keep us alive, though. So this is perfect for us. We can switch out the Amoongus again, regenerate some more HP. We're going to get a little bit back to the grassy terrain, too. And, oh my god. Was that a crit?
No.
No, it wasn't. Wow, okay, so very, very nice that we lived that, but here comes that. And as I said earlier, right, the name of the game is remove the Lando, and now the Lando is bye-bye.
Alright, well, the Amoongus does manage to survive the Flare Blitz from the Incineroar, thanks to Pengy's professional EV calcs that I'm sure he stayed up till 2 in the morning figuring out.
Mostly Bandfox's calcs, if I'm being totally honest.
Ooh, spoiler, that's another feature on the channel. More on that later. Alright, his own Zacian comes in.
Okay, perfect. So, this is where things get... This is a very, very easy turn for us. Yeah, we just switch in both of our Intimidators.
I figured.
I guess we did the Gyarados on the Zacian side.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes the most sense because we would prefer for that to we prefer for our Ensign to be a little bit more healthy, and we could see something like just like a Behemoth Blade into the Zacian, right? To try to take advantage of his +1, which is not going to be a thing anymore. But this is a really nice turn for us. We just get a lot of tempo going on. It's going to be extremely difficult for him to take out either of our Pokemon. A Play Rough into the Gyarados might be enough since we're already hurt, but I'm inclined to say probably not.
There's no way he's Play Rough Zacian. They don't like their Play Roughs on this. Yeah, they prefer their subs.
Makes sense, makes sense. I mean, this is terrible for him, though. He's subbed and he's at -1, so, like, he either has to lose his sub or stay in with a Zacian that's going to do very little. So I think at this point, we just kind of laugh, right? You can just parting shot the Zacian and make it even more neutered. And probably switch our own Zacian in on the Gyarados slot, to be honest.
Okay.
Because Fake Out's going to come in somewhere. I would be more inclined to think that it may well go into the Gyarados, since that's the one... you know what? He could Fake Out the Instant as well, just because that's the one that could break the sub easier.
True.
On the other hand, he's very weak. He can't really do very much to us. So I think... Wait.
He's
Our
-1.
Gyarados is neutral, right?
Our Gyarados is... No, we're -1.
Oh, yeah, so we definitely want to switch to Gyarados here, because Waterfall might not break that sub if it's faulty. I think you could go Zacian here.
Okay.
And I think we parting shot with the Instant, and then what that'll allow us to do is bring the Amoongus in last, and then we can switch it back out to get more HP.
Are we parting shotting the Zacian
the
slot?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. For those viewers who are not aware, Substitute does not block sound-based moves, and Parting Shot is a sound-based move, just like Snarl. So...
Assuming we get it off and he doesn't Fake Out our Incineroar.
Yeah.
Alright, so Zacian comes back in at neutral, and he does go for the Fake Out on the Incineroar slot.
That's fine, though. I don't think that's a huge deal.
Alright, here comes the Play Rough.
So he is running sub-Play Rough. That's kind of interesting. That means no fighting coverage, which means he doesn't have a great way to deal with this Incin.
That is true.
And yeah, our Zacian took very little damage. So, I think we can go for a bit of a read here.
Okay.
I think we can close combat the Rillaboom.
Ooh. The read. Alright. You're going for it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because he can't hurt us that much anyway, right? So,
yeah.
And you're just going to parting shot the Zacian again.
Alright, we're going to punish the fact that he has a sub. You want a sub? We're going to parting shot it. Oh!
The Incin, and this it depends on the bulk on this Incin, but given that it's hurt already, even at neutral, I think this should kill.
Yeah. So, again, Impish, sure, but, you are chipped. So we'll see. It's going to be close. Pengy, do you believe?
I believe.
Nope.
I don't believe.
Alright. Not enough. Alright.
That's fine, though. That's super positive damage for us. It puts him into kill range for a Waterfall, probably. Puts him into kill range for a Play Rough, honestly.
But now he Behemoth Blades our Zacian.
We are faster than his Zacian, so that's also good information.
But he Behemoth. Okay, we do live. He is -2.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate this time around because we take the drop before he hits us, which kind of sucks. But this is kind of fine, right? Because he goes down to -2 now. We can bring in our Amoongus, and then I think what we probably want to do is we probably want to protect the Zacian and switch the Amoongus out back into the Instant.
Okay, so...
Actually, no, I think we want to switch into the Gyarados, actually.
Ooh.
That's pretty big.
Okay.
Because that'll allow us to just, like, click Waterfall into the Instant.
So you want to switch the Zacian out now?
No, I want to protect the Zacian and switch the Amoongus out.
Got it.
The Amoongus coming in here, the only reason we're switching Amoongus in at all is to get it more HP with another switch out.
Yes, I agree with this. Alright, we're taking full advantage of the Regenerator effect.
Yep.
Alright, Gyarados coming in, huh?
Yeah, so Gyarados is not the most... It's probably the least useful Pokemon left on our team.
Battle was cancelled!
Yeah,
Top 100 player! Forfeiting already. Alright, it's Hugo on the channel for like the 50 millionth time, and he's got Talonflame. It's Pokemon Unite time.
He's also running Perish Trap with Primarina.
Oh no.
That's gotta be Trickroom Calyrex as well.
It could be.
No redirect, so it's definitely running Trickroom on the Calyrex. Let's see.
Maybe.
Let's see. I mean, honestly, spamming T-Wave on everything is not a terrible play here with the Grimmsnarl, because he doesn't have anything that really hits the Grimmsnarl hard except for the stack, and I guess, like, Waterfu hits it okay.
Primarina.
So, Grimmsnarl lead's not a bad idea here. I feel like Grimmsnarl Zacian is, like, low-key kind of based into this.
Okay.
And then, Incin's really good, because you can throat chop the Primarina, and then also just, like, does really well into a bunch of this other stuff. And I see you hovering over Gyarados, and I like the Gyarados, but I'm not 100% sure, because Amoongus is going to be really nice into this Trick Room mode.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to Amoongus here.
Alright.
Yeah. So I would go Gyarados over Incin if there wasn't that Primarina, right? Because, you know, I would rather us not have to deal with Perish Song at all.
Well, we don't have a choice.
We have Taunt on the Incin. So.
Maybe he doesn't have Trick Room on the Calyrex. Maybe it's just relying on the Stakataka.
That would not be the way I would build this team. Because, like, not having any redirect and then relying on a Pokemon with 2/4 times weaknesses is a little bit yikes, but we'll see.
Alright, it is. Yep.
Okay, alright, I mean, Zacian into this is pretty good. I mean, honestly, low-key, I think you could just go. Like, I think you could just, let me just double-check that. Like, does Primarina get Helping Hand?
I think it does. I'm not sure.
I think we live Helping Hand Barrage, though, honestly. Let me double-check. I'm pretty sure I did that count for the Indeedee. Yeah, we live Helping Hand Barrage, so I think you can actually just foul play the Calyrex and Behemoth play the Primarina and laugh.
Alright, straight up, huh? No reads.
Yeah.
Alright. You heard him. Pengy says he's not afraid.
Nah, just click. Sometimes, like, with Zacian teams, it can be really, really easy to, like, overthink positioning when, like, there are matchups where you can just click the button and win.
Is this Sash Calyrex? Is the question. Does this kill?
If it is, I don't think we really care, because, like, the Prim is down. I mean, it should be Sash Calyrex since it wasn't Life Orb. But, like, you saw the damage it did. It didn't really do damage. Like, if it is Sash Calyrex, then the way we respond to this is we just click Light Screen here, right?
Yep. Alright, Hugo, you're trying to do the Japanese way, but unfortunately, I still say Life Orb is the best item. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree 100%. Like, you just don't do enough damage without it.
Yeah. Alright, Hugo.
Urshifu comes in. We know it's not Sash on the Urshifu, right? So you can honestly just foul play the Calyrex and play rough the Urshifu. Actually, no. We're gonna Thunder Wave the Urshifu because I guess that could be Scarf. No. Because I don't think that kills if it's Scarf. I'm pretty sure, like, Close Combat does like 50%. So. You know what? No. We're gonna Thunder Wave the Urshifu. We're gonna be extra safe here because the Astral Barrage plus Close Combat would probably kill us.
You want to play rough the Urshifu.
The Urshifu here.
All right.
And there's a good chance Calyrex protects. So okay, so he doesn't. Oh my god. Oh, it's dark. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb.
You know, I wanted to say something, but I was hoping.
So bad.
I was hoping you would understand.
We're gonna get the Urshifu. I'm like so not used to Urshifu being dark anymore.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We get the Urshifu kill. He's on 1 HP with his Calyrex. And we go into a 3v2 and it's totally fine here.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was just.
No. You're right.
Okay.
Right. I was big dumb there. I don't understand why he used Poison Jab. But
he's banded, that's why.
Please take those. So it is banded, but like I feel like you go for the Zacian kill there. I guess he was reading a Protect. So now we could probably just Incin here, and I mean, what else is there, right? Like if it's a
Talonflame.
Talonflame, we get a
Pokemon Unite.
Talonflame, and let's see, what does he go for? Does he go for a Protect? Does it matter?
This is his only 2 left.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just trying to think if like does Brave Bird take Incin into range for the Calyrex at +1?
Probably not at -1. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I think you can just click Flare Blitz into the Talonflame or into the Calyrex and protect.
I like this play. All right, Hugo, what do you got? You capitalized on our thing. All right, he just protects on that thing.
That's fine because we protect as well.
Yep. All right. Let's see what move he went for. I mean, if he Tailwind, he's already faster. All right, he did go for the Brave Bird. Alright, so he loses his own Gale Wings.
Yeah, so he loses Gale Wings here. We're gonna switch out the Zacian now.
Alright.
And we're just gonna switch the Zacian and Flare Blitz again. Because then the Zacian can kill Talonflame like pretty easily. I think. Because I'm just thinking like, what's Talonflame's base speed? 126.
Yes.
Actually, you know, it might be faster than us, but we should still be fine because we can just. He's not gonna kill the Insect.
Alright, once the Calyrex goes down, it's just a Talonflame against the world. Alright. Here it is, another Astral Barrage. +1 Calyrex. As if he had the Life Orb. Alright. Does some chip there.
So we live. Yeah, this is fine, because now we can just click, like,
Ooh!
That's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Instant lives, obviously, because... Oh, it's Life Orb Talonflame.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I saw the chip on it. I was like, wait a minute, that's not Rocky Helmet.
Yep.
Life Orb Talonflame from Hugo.
Yeah, you know,
We live.
Yeah, because it's 1 damage recoil, right? So
Yeah.
what's the way that we lose this game? That's how we need to consider. That's what we need to consider. So I think the play here is honestly to Rage Power Parting Shot.
I like this.
Because then we, like, the idea is not even to get the drop. The idea is to get instant out without threatening Zacian and get it back in for fake out.
Correct. 100%. Alright. So we are going to click the Rage Powder on the Amoongus. Again, we just want the instant to leave safely and get Zacian in safely. Yeah, we are. Talonflame's -1.
Talonflame does not have the greatest attack stat.
Yep. This is not Pokemon Unite, Hugo. Alright. Life
So this
Orb
actually works even better now, because now we can just click Rage Powder again, and, do we, though? He might have Heat Wave. Like, he probably doesn't. I'm just trying to consider, I'm trying to cover all of our options to, like, consider how we could possibly lose this game, right?
Okay.
Let's see. With Life Orb, Heat Wave at -1 would do...
He's -2.
Is he?
Oh, he's
no,
-1.
He's
Special
-1
attack.
Special attack, yeah.
Okay.
So it would do... Okay, so... If it max rolls, it kills us.
Okay.
So we should be fine. I think we just click Behemoth Blade.
Alright.
And,
just Rage Powder.
Wait, no. Actually, I lied. I lied to you. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna protect the Zacian. I'll explain this once we lock it in.
Okay.
Time. So we're gonna protect the Zacian.
Okay.
And we're just gonna click Spore. And the idea behind this is really simple. He's so low that if he ticks with Life Orb damage twice and we fake it out, it's dead.
Okay.
So if he goes for like a Heat Wave here, then like if he had gone for the Heat Wave, he would kill the Amoongus and he would take the Life Orb recoil, and then he would have to kill the Zacian and take the Life Orb recoil as well. And like that Life Orb recoil plus fake out would be able to essentially end the game.
I'm just trying to think of what 4 moves he has. We know the Flare Blitz, we know the Tailwind, we know the Brave Bird.
It might be Protect, honestly, because he's running Life Orb, so it could be Protect.
I guess, but alright, so now we just win.
Yep, now we just win. Yeah, a lot of that game was basically us just trying to make sure, like, we were in a 99% win con for, like, most of that game.
Yep.
And then a lot of it was just making sure that we didn't throw. Which is an important thing to consider.
We gave him a chance. We Thunder Waved the a Dark type. It's okay.
Yes, we Thunder Waved the Dark type because I'm very smart.
It's okay.
No. What that was is we were giving him hope.
Okay, it's Xerneas.
Ooh, Volkzern.
Yeah,
You don't see
Volk and
Volcarona that much
Indeedee.
anymore.
2 redirections, 2 fire types.
Yeah, so this is actually, like, so what I've noticed about a lot of Xerneas teams recently is that, like, Zacian is so ever-present in this whole meta that, like, a lot of Xerneas teams will just be like, here is my Xerneas, and here are my 4 answers to Zacian. Because as long as I can win against Zacian, Xerneas can win against everything else.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, Akka Amoongus is, like, pretty okay into this. Only 1 Intimidator. That's probably Water Bear.
Yep.
I wish we had Roar on this team. That'd be so nice. But I think you probably want to lead Grimmsnarl for sure.
Okay.
Light Screen's gonna be big into this. And then I guess the question is Amoongus or something else. I think we can just straight up lead Zacian into this though.
Ooh.
Because like Indeedee, like that threatens the Indeedee Xern, right?
Okay.
Um,
If
and
it's
then,
Volxern, then what? We have 15 seconds, by the way.
That's fine. We can bring Amoongus in the back here.
Okay.
And probably Incin.
Oh, Incin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an awkward matchup. Like, this is not the greatest anti-Xern Zacian team. It's gonna come down, like, it's a little bit of a 50-50 when it comes to the leads, right? So, the idea with leading Zacian is that if he leads, like, Redirect plus Xerneas, we have a way to threaten that, and at least apply some damage. So,
Okay. It is gonna be the Volcarona as the lead.
That's fine. Yeah, I think that's pretty fine. Let's see. Oh, we didn't bring Gyarados, did we?
No, we did not.
That was a mistake on my part. I mean...
It's not terrible.
So let's see.
Ooh, yeah. Actually...
I mean, we go for the Amoongus switching here for sure. I think we just T-Wave the Volcarona and switch
Okay.
the Amoongus.
Okay. Oh, man. I'm actually looking at this. How are we going to remove this Volcarona? It's going to be...
Yeah, the Gyarados is really important in the Volk matchup. I really just kind of brain farted there.
Alright, we're going to do our best.
Yeah, we'll do our best. You know, we have good Pokemon.
Is it Xern?
Challenge.
Oh, it's Indeedee. Okay.
Ooh. So it looks like he's gonna rely on Volcarona as his.
Yes.
Oh, that's actually really good. Yeah. So he brings both redirectors, which
Yep.
I didn't expect.
Alright, this is not going to do anything.
Nope.
Alright.
Probably goes for a Quiver though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we get a Spore. Probably like Light Screen Spore. That should keep us alive. And if he goes to the Expanding Force, we punish.
Alright. Light screen, and you want to spore the Volcarona.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Alright, Big J. What do we got? There's the follow
So
me.
he actually doesn't go for the kill.
I think this is just another QD.
It could be a Fiery Dance. The question now is, does he have goggles on the Indeedee, which is not very common. Oh, he's actually Fiery Dancing into the Grimmsnarl. Interesting.
Okay.
Does he get the boost? Yes.
Yep.
Unlucky. Unlucky.
Alright.
Yeah, so he actually has goggles and Indeedee as well. This is a very bad matchup for us. Let's see. You definitely want to switch the Grimmsnarl in, or switch the Grimmsnarl out, probably for the Incin.
That Volcar is very scary.
Yeah, I think we just clear smog the Volk. There's not really much else we can do right now, and this punishes if he decides to go for something other than Follow Me.
Alright.
But he probably just Follow Me's again, unless he sees a kill and goes for the double up, in which case the Aka might keep us alive.
Alright, we need a misplay.
Pretty much.
We need a misplay. Did he misplay? He did not.
No. But yeah, this is a little better than the Spore because we, you know, we get a little bit of chip damage. Fiery Dance comes in. Again, it's not into the Amoongus.
It is into the Incin. That's still decent chip.
Oh, again, dude. You kidding? Oh,
Alright.
we're so dead, dude. We're so dead.
Okay. I mean, we can scoop and not use this.
Up to you. Up to you.
Alright, we'll play it out. We'll see what happens.
I think you Flare Blitz the Volcarona.
Okay.
Let's see.
He's just gonna keep clicking follow me.
He is until he's not anymore. You know, I think you clear Smog again. Because if you Follow Me's here, we get 2 hits into the Indeedee. That extra chip might make a Flare Blitz work. Aka should still keep us alive at this point. Okay, yeah, so Aka should keep us alive here. And then we get the Regenerator action when we switch out.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we actually take it.
Yeah, super bulky. That's at +3 as well.
Alright, here's the Flare Blitz. Ooh! The damage.
Good damage.
Alright, here's another Clear Smog chip. Beep!
Okay. So now, I think we just, Flare Blitz the Volcarona again and switch the Amoongus. Yeah, it has to be into the Grimmsnarl.
Alright, Grim. 07. Thank you for your service.
I think he lives this, to be honest.
+3?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure he lives with like 40 HP.
Okay. Pengy says 40 HP. Is Pengy correct?
Let's find out.
Alright, Fiery Dance coming out yet again. 22!
Yeah, 22.
Not bad. Ooh.
Oh my god, dude, he keeps getting the boost!
+4! Alright,
Wait,
we are...
is this the last turn of Psychic Terrain?
Yes, I think so.
If it is, we can T-Wave that.
You're going for the hack spray,
It
huh?
might be one more, though. Oh, let's go, dude. Okay, so we're gonna T-Wave the Volcarona for sure.
Okay.
And then if Xern comes in, we parting the Xern.
It's Urshifu.
Urshifu, okay. Well, in that case, we're gonna switch in the Amoongus here. Amoongus is dead if he Fiery Dances the Instant slot, but YOLO.
Alright.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we dead to Aqua Jet?
On the Grimmsnarl?
I think we have to go for it. Oh, wait. Instant's not that important to this matchup anymore. I think we can just Flare Blitz T-Wave the Volcarona.
Alright.
Because that way, if the Aqua Jet's the Grimmsnarl, at least we get a guaranteed big hit into the Volcarona. And if he Surging Strikes, then we get the T-Wave off.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Here's the Aqua Jet. Alright, here's another Fiery Dance. +4!
So, he's been a little bit greedy in that he's only clicked Quiver Dance one time, and a lot of
+5!
Yeah, so a lot of Volcaronas are super slow these days, so I think we should still outspeed it with our Zacian, so we can probably bring the Zacian in here. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, we don't have a choice. It is coming in here.
Yep. So,
Ooh,
you know,
berry.
I don't think... Oh, okay, that's bad. That's really bad. Does he read a Protect? It doesn't really matter.
And +5.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 4 out of 5 boosts. It's not really much you can do about that.
Every time he got it.
Let's see. I mean, Behemoth Blade is not going to do very much. That's the issue. We don't have a way to hit this Volcarona very hard. But 2 Behemoth Blades should kill. So I think we Behemoth Blade the Volk.
Okay.
And I think he, like... we're playing for the misplay of him reading a Protect on Zacian here, so I guess, like, the Amoongus is gonna die if he targets it. Let's just click Grass Knot into the Urshifu to break the Sash.
Alright. You heard Pengy. He's reading the Zacian Protect.
I mean, it really doesn't matter.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Alright. +6!
It's just not much we can do about it. 5 out of 6 boosts, man. Ay.
Can I get a crit?
I don't think it matters.
Can I get...
I'm not gonna lie. I think it lives with like 10% of the crits.
Ooh!
Is that a crit?
Nope.
No. Oh wow, that's no bulk. Interesting. Wait, that outsped the Zacian as well. That's gotta be like 252 special attack, 252 speed.
Well, he had...
that on bulk.
He did have a Quiver Dance, remember?
Yeah, but like one quiver is not like, because a lot of Volks will run 129 speed right now, so +1 that would still underspeed our Zacian.
I think they run 149, some of them, for the Calyrex.
Oh, do they?
Some of them do,
Okay,
yeah.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Alright, well, GG.
GG's.
Oh, man. No worries. Alright, +6
God,
Volcarona. Too
some
good.
Some of these games, man, are not being kind to us.
Mirror, Zacian, Suicune. One of my favorites. This could be... I don't know if it is, and I can't remember. This could be Celine's team with Swords Dance Zacian. I don't remember.
This looks like a Swords Dance Zacian to me. It's another Volk, which makes us an uncomfortable mirror, but... I mean, I look at this, and I see a Gyarados laughing its way to the bank. Gyarados obviously threatens...
I think
by
Lando
the
comes
Regieleki.
here.
I think... I don't know, actually. Because here's the thing to consider. Our Lando doesn't have Sludge Bomb, so it's not...
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought we did. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, so I feel like Gyarados as a lead is not a bad idea.
Okay.
It gives us Power Whip potential into the Suicune. It's good against everything that's not the Regieleki.
Okay.
And I think Instant is maybe not the worst play, so we get double Intimidate if he leads with the Zacian, which is really nice. Another option is that we could go for an Amoongus as a lead next to Gyarados as well. But I think we leave Amoongus, or... Do we bring it at all? Zacian in the back for sure. And then the question is Amoongus or Grimmsnarl. I think it has to be Amoongus. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be Goggles Suicune, which is not the most comfy thing in the world, but we're running Grass Knot, so we can dish out quite a bit of damage to it.
Are you scared of the Regieleki?
Not really. Well, I'm a little more scared than I would be if we had the Grimmsnarl. If we had Grimmsnarl, we would actually live Thunderbolt from it behind Light Screen.
Okay.
But we can pivot around it. I think it'll be fine. We have Rage Powder, stuff like that, Fake Out. Turn 1, we can just Fake Out the Regieleki, so I'm not really too concerned.
Okay, so it is going to be the Rillaboom Volcarona. And this time we have a Gyarados.
Yeah, it's a really good lead for us, actually.
Okay. Oh, it's
Rillaboom
-2.
Can't really do anything except Fake Out here, so... yeah, I mean, I think we just Fake Out the Volt and Waterfall. We probably get our Gyarados faked out, but, you know, that's fine.
Alright, so we see the animations. We are going to intimidate the Rillaboom twice.
I lied to you, Clover.
Okay.
The double Fake Out is super obvious, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna Parting Shot. We're gonna Waterfall Parting Shot the Volcarona.
Okay.
So the reason for that is that us faking out the Volcarona is pretty obvious. Parting Shot, if it hits, it negates the things that we care about on the Quiver Dance.
Okay.
But I think the switch into Zacian is not the worst play for our opponent because both of our Intimidators are already on the field. So they could switch into Zacian here. So if we Parting Shot the incoming Zacian, that's awesome.
Alright, now the question is, would he do it on the Volcarona slot? He does it on the Rillaboom slot.
That's fine. That means there's no fake.
Oh, it's a Lecky. Never mind.
That's also fine because we're gonna go into Amoongus.
Oh.
We're not gonna go into Amoongus.
Protect Volt.
We'll do it now. We'll switch it on the Gyarados side. That's fine.
Alright, so he protects the Volcarona. He understands that that was a prime target. So you want to go on the Amoongus on the Gyarados slot.
Yeah, so this is good news for us, actually, because this means he didn't bring Landorus or Incineroar. So we're looking at no Intimidate.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think he had Incineroar. But yeah, so he didn't bring the Landorus, which is a big deal for us. So we have Amoongus coming in on the Gyarados side, and we have two options here. We can either Parting Shot the Volcarona, or we can just go for damage on one of these two. It's like Flare Blitz would be pretty good damage for both of them.
Okay.
But... yeah, you know, I think actually removing Regieleki from the field is really important.
Yes.
I think we can Flare Blitz into the Regieleki here, because the
Me too.
Volcarona, like, it can't really touch the Gyarados, so Gyarados can eventually 1v1 it if we do get into that kind of a situation.
Yes, I like this play because once the Lecky is gone, the Gyarados is relatively okay. There's the Volt switch. Alright.
Ooh, good read. Good read on the switch.
Alright.
That was a lot of damage as well. Is that Specs?
Not sure. But it could be Modest Magnet, is the thing. And there's a Zacian. Oh boy.
That's fine. We're about to take a chunk of this
yeah.
with us.
That
is 100% Specs.
That is a very risky play. Alright, he goes for the QD though. We've seen this story before. Alright. Here's the Flare Blitz. Into the Zacian. Can we get a crit? I would love a crit. Ooh! Burn? Burn? We do get the burn!
Oh. Let's go!
That's what you get for switching in your Zacian. Alrighty. Alright, so that's big.
Too greedy, man.
Okay.
So greedy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like here we just go back into the Gyarados on the Amoongus side.
Okay.
Right? Let me think.
It's got Struggle Bug, it's got Fiery Dance.
Yeah, I'm just considering, like, do we want to leave the Amoongus in to take a hit to get Regenerator before that? I think what we could do here, hear me out.
Clear Smog.
Spore the Volcarona.
Spore the Volcarona.
Yeah, if he switches out, right? So I think the goggles are on this weekend.
Okay.
Team.
Okay.
And if he switches out, he loses the quiver. So I don't think we really care.
All right.
Do we leave Incin in here?
Yeah.
I don't think we do. I think we switch out to Gyarados.
Okay. We're gonna intimidate and punish the Zacian even more, as if the burn wasn't bad enough.
Yeah. So at +1, like I feel like there's a decent chance that Incin just dies if we leave it in, and that fake out pressure is really nice for us to have. So,
Absolutely.
Especially against that probably sashed Regieleki. Oh, we know it's Specs, so...
Fiery Dance.
Sashed. Cool. Fiery Dance comes in, that's not going to do too
I
much.
I don't think it's Specs. I think it's just bulky Aleki that's Magnet. With Monas.
So, I ran a calc, I'm pretty sure it's Specs.
Okay, alright. There's the Sacred Sword.
That's even better news for us.
It is Goggles Volcarona.
Oh, Goggles Volt.
So that means it's Citrus Suicune.
That's good for us, though,
Yeah.
because that means that the Gyarados is going to have a much easier time taking it out. So what we can do here is we can just go into the Instant on the Amoongus side and just start waterfalling the Volcarona.
Okay. Waterfall Volk. Hope we don't get burned. If we do burn, do you care?
I care, but I don't think it really affects the game plan very much.
That just puts it in range of other things. Alright, so Amoongus out, Instant in, another Intimidate on this Zacian. And he could go for the Swords Dance here to put it back to neutral.
I don't think so. Like, he just needs to try to get us... So our opponent should be trying to get the Zacian off the field. Just like, if they had close combat, just click close combat as many times as you can until it dies. Because you don't want to give us a free attack, but you kind of just want it gone.
He's going for the Behemoth Blade into the Incineroar. Ooh! We live! Alright, there's the waterfall.
No burn? This should be a 2-hit KO.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's no bulk.
Dang.
No bulk. Alright, so yeah, this is a easy game, easy life, I think.
No burn.
What we can do here is just fake out the bulk and switch in our own Zacian.
Ooh, okay. Alright, and there's the chip, but of course negated by Galaxy Terrain. So here we go, fake out Volcarona. Go back into our Zacian. I think he just cancels.
So here's the game plan, right? So if he picks up the KO on the instant, we get a free switch into the Amoongus.
Yep.
If the Volcarona protects.
Oh.
And then we just Rage Powder, so that works fine. So Gyarados comes in, that's fine, we're getting rid of the Gyarados anyway.
Yep. Alright, Zacian comes back in. Alright. Pew 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 pew! Alright, does he protect? He protects.
Okay, that's fine. So, I guess like the worry here is to double up into the Zacian could be problematic. So I think what we want to do here is we just want to...
Because he has Electro Web pressure now.
Yeah, so I think what we want to do here is we just want to Flare Blitz the Volcarona and protect the Zacian. Because if we get a free switch, we're fine.
Alright. So we're baiting the free switch with the instant. So let's see if he respects it. Does he go for the E-Webs play? If I was him, I'm going for the E-Webs. And I'm going for a Fiery Dance into the Zacian. Does he fall for it, Pengy?
So I don't really know if it's like a fall for it kind of situation. This is a bad turn for us. But, oh, that's actually nicer. We can actually go into our Gyarados instead of our Amoongus now. That's really cool.
Alright.
I appreciate that.
Volt Switch. Why did he do that, Pengy?
You might want to bring in the Rillaboom for the fake out pressure, which would be a little annoying.
He does.
Alright, let's see.
Does he go for QD, though?
Yeah, but Volcarona did not get the boost from Fiery Dance, right?
No, he did not.
Alright. I feel like we're just fine to double the bulk then. With the Gyarados.
Sorry.
Yeah, now I think we're kind of screwed.
Oh, no. I threw. Sorry. That was my bad.
I don't know what we do here. Let me think.
That was my bad.
Let's see. I think you have to bring the... Wait, Amoongus should live a Fiery Dance. So, clear Smog the Volt, I guess. And, it could protect... I think you just B-Blade the Rillaboom. Actually, wait a minute. Does he go for... No, he probably goes for a fake out here, right? So... Yeah, you just B-Blade the Rillaboom.
Oh boy.
Just protected.
I clicked too soon. Alright, there's the Fiery Dance.
We live? We should live.
We do live.
Okay, nice.
Alright, there's our Behemoth Blade.
Oh yeah, he didn't use fake out. Okay, so this is kind of nice.
Alright. We do chip the Rillaboom, he lives it, so he has defensive investment. There's the U-turn.
Oh, he's U-turning into the Zacian. Oh, that's fine. We're like super fine.
Alright, so he made my misplay into a normal play.
Yeah, I mean, the Volcarona survives, which kind of sucks.
Yes.
The Rillaboom was like super dead. And he brings in Zacian instead of Gyarados, which is super nice, or instead of Gyarados, so we can just go into the Gyarados to get Regenerator off here, which is super nice.
Beep! All right.
Goodbye to your boosts. Yeah, so given that the Rillaboom is super low here, and that the Gyarados has paper defenses, getting burned on Zacian is not the end of the world. So we could probably just go into the Gyarados and target the Volcarona.
All right. So I will make the correct play this time. We're gonna switch our Amoongus into the Gyarados. You want Regenerator on the Amoongus.
Yep.
And we don't.
And hold on, what do we do here? He's down at neutral on Volk, so it's not the worst idea in the world for him to switch here.
He does have Protect.
He does have Protect. No, I'm just trying to think about which move we use, because if we use Play Rough, we cover for the Gyarados switch in. But I'm not 100% sure if that kills. Let's see.
We have 15 seconds.
I think it does, because it's no Bulk Volcarona, right? So let's click Play Rough. Because if he switches in the Gyarados, that gets us a chonky Oko.
All right. Pengy's trying to make a read here. So we're going to switch our Amoongus, get Regenerator boost.
But that's fine, because we still kill the Volk that's not protecting.
Intimidate the Zacian yet again. And let's see what he does. Did Pengy make the right call? Behemoth Blade comes out.
Oh, so he's faster than us. That's interesting.
Yes.
That's probably into the Gyarados.
Ooh. Gyarados is too chonky. Alright, is this enough, Pengy?
It should be. Goodbye.
It is enough.
Please no burn. That would make our life a little easier. No burn. Nice.
Alright, Pengy. So, we made our misplay on my end look like a normal play yet again.
No, it's okay. I clicked Thunder Wave into a Dark Urshifu earlier.
A 1-for-1. And now the Rillaboom comes in. He does have fake out pressure again, Pengy.
That's fine. We just double into the Rillaboom.
Sure.
You know what you could actually do here? You could probably Icy Wind, because his Zacian is faster, and if that was like a max roll Volt switch from a modest sashed Gyarados or something, this breaks a potential sash if he switches. So I think we just double the Rillaboom with like Icy Wind and probably Play Rough again.
Alright. You heard him. Does he cancel? He does.
Yeah! Let's go!
Alrighty.
We take those.
Well done. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, now we are in the Pokepaste section of the video, where now we're going to take a deeper dive into Pengy's tournament-winning Zacian Gyarados team. So, Pengy, let's start with Zacian. You chose this as your restricted, a very easy choice in Series 10, of course. Now, how did you pick the rest of the team?
So, this is originally a team, the full 6 is originally a team that was made by Sohaib and a bunch of other guys way at the beginning of the series. I think it was like 3 weeks into the Series 10 or something. And Sohaib was on my PGL team, so we talked a little bit about it. I was looking for teams for my match in Week 9, and I tried this team out a little bit, and I did not vibe with it at all. So I was like, put it away. I was like, all right, well, whatever. We'll just kind of leave that. And then World Cup, we played against New Zealand in the World Cup, and my whole thing in World Cup is I wanted to be as unscoutable as possible, so I used a different restricted in every single match, except for, like, in playoffs I went back to reuse some of my, like, more comfortable teams. But for the first, like, 6 weeks, I used different restricted in every single match. So against New Zealand, I was like, all right, you know what, I kind of want to use the Zacian team. And, like, I experimented with a couple, and then I kind of settled on this one. And then, basically, Bad Fox, who was also on Team Switzerland, and he is just, like, the god of spreads. Absolute god of spreads. We talked a little bit about some of the moves that we wanted to change, some of the things that we wanted to just make sure that I had really reliable answers to. So, for example, there are a lot of different Incineroar variations. Some of them are extremely bulky on the special defensive side, making sure that you can comfortably live stuff like a Geomancy boosted Moonblast from a Xerneas and stuff like that. So we looked at that and we were like, all right, I want my Incineroar to be able to give me a good leg up in the Zacian mirror. So I made it very, very physically bulky, made sure it can live things like close combats and yeah, exactly. Also for the Mienshao, and that's less of a thing these days, but you know, every now and then you still run into the Mienshao Calyrex kind of deal. So Gyarados is like kind of the staple of the team because it walls a lot of the very common threats. So it walls Zacian incredibly well. Back when this was sort of becoming a thing, Play Rough hadn't really developed because people used to really just run, Behemoth Blade, fighting move, substitute, or Swords Dance and Protect. And then people started sort of using Play Rough when Things like Palkia Zapdos became more of a threat. But even into the Play Rough is only 90 base power. It doesn't even have full accuracy, and Gyarados has Intimidate. So even into the Play Rough Zacians, it's still pretty good. And then it has really good coverage as well. You can use it for that speed control with Icy Wind. You can use it with Lash Out to be able to go after those Calyrexes. And it lives a lot of stuff very, very comfortably, and it has a very, very respectable special defense stat. So even though when people look at Gyarados, they go, oh, that's a water flying snake, it dies to a Nuzzle from a Pikachu. It's like, no, it actually doesn't. Like, paired with the Grimmsnarl, if you get Light Screen up, that Gyarados is taking any physical or any special move, essentially, with the exception of, like, Thunder Specs Regieleki. Like, it takes a Thunder from a Kyogre very comfortably behind Light Screen. It takes Thunderbolt from Regieleki pretty comfortably. And that Gyarados is really kind of a staple of the team as well, with Power Whip as being a great way to wall sort of Kyogre teams. Like, Tornogre can't really do anything into this Pokemon. Like, I guess you can click Hurricane into my Light Screen AV Gyarados? Like, okay, sure, have fun. So it walls a lot of those really common threats. It's great against Groudon just because of the typing and also Intimidate. So Gyarados really helps against the meta. And then everything else just kind of goes into making the team as solid as possible if you run into random other stuff. So in the Philly local, I ran into a Ho-Oh team that neck. And that's where some of this other stuff comes in. You know, screens give you a little bit more time to figure things out, how you want to position stuff. The Lando, of course, is just, it applies so much pressure to like tons of teams. Because even if it's hitting neutrally with Earth Power, it's still chunking whatever it's hitting, right?
Yep.
So basically, when you look at the team as a whole, you have Zacian as sort of, you know, it's the Zacian. It's the engine of the team, essentially. You're looking to rev it up and then just kind of use it to run over whatever's on the field. And the rest of the team is to essentially make that Zacian work. So the Instant, of course, buys us time. It allows us to position with Parting Shot. It allows us to answer Amoongus with Taunt. The Amoongus, of course, is a great answer to Trick Room teams. It's just a great answer to a lot of stuff because there's not that much stuff that 1-hit KOs Amoongus either, so clicking Spore is very funny. Gyarados is great for the reasons I mentioned. Lando's a little bit of a weird one, so to this day, I know in my brain that this is the best moveset for this Lando on this team, but I am still struggling with, like, wanting to replace Stone Edge with Sludge Bomb. It's not the right play because then you just get walled by a bunch of not very common stuff, like Ho-Oh, for example. If I get hit with a Ho-Oh team and I don't have Stone Edge on that mod, I'm going to lose the Ho-Oh matchup. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, Sludge Bomb makes it better against the teams that the team already beats, if that makes sense. So the Stone Edge on there is just a little bit of more variety to sort of help us with some of those less common matchups. And then Grimmsnarl's great. Foul Play is just another way to 1-hit KO Calyrex Shadow Rider. It also just blows up Calyrex Ice Rider if it has a weakness policy boost already.
Yep.
Screens are amazing. Thunder Wave is just hilarious. There was a game against Dandy in that local that I played where he forgot his Serena, or he just left it. Like, we played a lot of you know, team preview mind games. So one game I was like, all right, I don't think he's gonna bring the Serena. So I clicked on Grimmsnarl, paralyzed his entire team, and laughed. So there's just a lot of really cool ways to disrupt your opponent's team with this, while you sort of try to rev up and give that Zacian the power that it needs.
My question to you is, did you not consider Sludge Bomb replacing Substitute on the Lando?
So Substitute on the Lando is super important in a lot of these matchups.
Okay.
Especially since we don't have Substitute on Zacian. Substitute on really positional teams is super important because you want to make sure that you have a way to punish opponents that go for a passive play. It's like, you know, if they're going for like a passive play to, like, I mean, against this team, we don't have Trick Room or anything like that. Like, just generally passive plays. Or if you know, okay, I just intimidated your Zacian twice, it's gonna go for a Swords Dance while you're using a redirecting move or something, right? Or like, oh, I know you're going to click Spore into my Lando, or I know you're going to switch in your Incineroar and fake me out next turn. It's just a really great way to sort of punish all of those. So Substitute is really, really important in Lando because it gives you a much more reliable matchup in the matchups where Lando is less comfortable.
Fair enough. Hey, again, very good team building. And the choices all make sense. Now let's just go into the EV spreads here. So sure. this Zacian EV spread, what are you calcing for?
So there's like a million calcs. I guess I'll just go over the basic ones to start. priority here is bulk. I mean, we all know that Zacian's base attack stat is about 720, so you don't need attack investment. I think Moxie tweeted a while ago, like, people are finally realizing that you can build Zacian like we used to build Kartana.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, there's no Dynamax, so you don't need this thing to have 252 attack. It
Correct.
already has, I mean, like, with 20 attack EVs, attack is still its highest stat. So this thing is still going to blow things up. It still gets the one-hit KOs on the things that it really needs to, like the Xerneas of the world, things like that. But a lot of Pokemon in this meta are EV'd to survive Zacian hits, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be getting that many one-hit KOs, even if you have full attack. So as long as you're getting the 2-hit KOs and a couple of really important 1-hit KOs, attack is really not that important. And then speed is in a similar sort of situation where it's like, you know, bulk is just way better because you can go 252 speed. You're still going to be outsped by Calyrex Shadow Rider. You're still going to be outsped by Torn Ogre. You're still going to be outsped by Scarfente. So there really isn't any point in doing that. So you just have the 92 speed here just gets you to a comfortable speed tier where it's a little lower than some Zacians. Like, you're pretty likely to lose a lot of the Zacian interactions, but you hit 180 speed, which is really important because that's kind of what you need to outspeed Tornadus. So if the Tornadus goes for something like a Hurricane, you're going to be faster than it, you can take it out. And that's what that's for, especially because Tornadus will tend to run Icy Wind as well. So, you know, that's another thing that you just kind of want to be able to prevent hitting you. And it's just a nice benchmark, 180 speed. It also outspeeds Nihilego, I think, by a couple. So, you know, there's a bunch of Pokemon that sort of fall into that like 165 to 179 range. And just being able to outspeed those is nice. But defensively, that's where like the spread really comes to work, right? So the big one, there's like a million things that this is calced to live, but to just give you a frame of reference, this is calced to guaranteed survive a Mystic Water full HP Water Spout in the rain by Kyogre.
Whew! No way.
So, yeah, so like that's one of the things where it's like, it's always kind of a threat to the Zacian teams, right? Because you never want to be like in a position where they can just click Tailwind Water Spout and win. And, you know, it's not the most common thing anymore. A lot of people are going back to Scarf Kyogre like they were at the beginning in the meta. A lot of people aren't really running the Mystic Water max attack anymore. But that's kind of where this comes from. And it also works really nicely because you have things like 3-hit KO from Life Orb Calyrex Shadow Rider. And especially when you factor in Light Screen, then this becomes very, very difficult for the opponents to deal with. So specifically, just to clarify, 3-hit KO from Life Orb Shadow Rider is behind Light Screen. But yeah, so with Light Screen, the Zacian doesn't die from special moves, and it doesn't really need that much physical defense because it has pretty solid physical defense when you factor in the fact that we have 2 Intimidate users as well.
Hey, again, it's a very good Zacian spread, and I would like to also point that some Zacians are even slower. They only have like 44 investment in the speed because they're just saying, you know what, I just need to beat Mienshao and that's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just go bulk. Alright, so now let's look at Instant. I believe this is just a straight up certain speed tier and then just to live the close combat from a Mienshao.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Instant is one of those Pokemon where like the speed tier is like, it's a little similar to Rillaboom as well, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, for some, like Zacian, it's like, it's 180, it outspeeds this. When it comes to like Instants and like Rillabooms and stuff, like 92 speed on Instant doesn't really outspeed a thing. Like, it doesn't outspeed like max speed X. It's just, that's the point that we've gotten to with the speed creeping on the fake out.
Turbo Shroom Amoongus!
Yeah, it does outspeed Turbo Shroom Amoongus. You're right, it outspeeds it by 2, actually.
Yeah.
Because 92 EVs in speed actually does give it 92 speed.
Double Shroom.
But yeah, so basically the idea here is, the way I usually build my instance is I calc for what I want to live, and then I just throw the rest in speed. Because it's not the fastest instant. There are some people running like 93, 94, 95 speed instant. There's some insane, like, I think some Japanese players running like max speed instant now as well. Like,
yeah,
okay,
you do that.
Rillabooms, which is like kind of hilarious. Because with like 252 speed without a boosting nature, it's 112, and like slow Rillabooms come in at like 110, 111. So like, that's a little funny.
I go 116 on my Rillaboom.
116. Yeah, I think I actually went up to 120 on my Rillaboom because I was just done with the speed creeping.
Yeah.
And I wasn't AV either, so I'm like, I'm not living some of this stuff, so whatever, I'll just take it. But yeah, so the idea here with the defensive investments into the Incineroar is that it lives 252 modest Zacian close combat.
Yep.
So, like I said, not very many people are running attack, but the fact of the matter is there are still people who will just go 252 because it's a fast attacking Pokemon go burr.
Still the most common Zacian according to Pikalytics.
Yeah, so like you're not gonna hit a 252 attack Zacian in a tournament.
No, you won't. Not in a tournament. Ladder, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, it's good to have, and I mean, even in a tournament, if you go to a local or you sign up for like, I don't know, one of these tournaments like the Nino Pokebros tournaments where they are very open to getting new people into the game, you're more likely to hit people who have those basic spreads because they're here for fun. They don't want to spend 4 hours in the lab doing math. So, like, those are the kind of people where you want to make sure you have all that defensive investment. And it's actually not a guaranteed survive. It's actually a 6.3 chance to KO, which is one of the things that Banfox kind of red-pilled me on, right? Where it's like, it's a best of 3 in a tournament. If you can use those, like, 8 EV or, like, 32 EVs to, like, make something else a 1 in 16, take the 1 in 16. It doesn't have to be a guarantee.
100%. And
it's something that I'm still kind of getting used to. I agree and I disagree. Sometimes it's a little bit situational. But when it comes to the Incin, I definitely agree with that.
Okay. Alright, now let's get into some of the more interesting mons. Now let's go into the Gyarados. So, you mentioned a couple things with the spread, so let's just talk a little bit more about the SPDF, the defense, and the speed. So what is this Gyarados calced for?
So, the speed on the Gyarados is to hit 114, which is to outspeed standard Rillabooms and standard Suicunes. You mentioned your Rillaboom runs 116, mine runs 120. Most of them will be 113. Most Serenas will cap out at 113.
Yep.
Most Suicunes will cap out at 113.
Yep.
So Gyarados comes in at 114 to be able to outspeed those. And then you're going to run into somebody who is a little bit faster than you. But overall, 100 speed, 114 is a pretty reliable speed tier to have on that Gyarados. And of course, it's a lot less important than the bulk on this thing. So if we have a look at something like a Regieleki, for example. Actually, you know, the first thing I'm going to give you as a frame of reference for Gyarados, because I mentioned Gyarados walls Kyogre, right? And I know there's going to be somebody out there who's like, I run Thunder on my Kyogre. What now? So, to answer that question, Gyarados lives Thunder without Light Screen.
Ooh! From
Kyogre. Thunder does, from a timid 252 special attack Kyogre, it will max out at 200 damage. I have 201 HP.
Okay.
And when we go into something like a Regieleki, which, you know, does a lot of damage and is a mon that only knows electric moves, you would assume that Regieleki would be the natural enemy of Gyarados, but it still is. You don't, if you see a Regieleki, if you're playing through the game, and the game pops up with the prompt, and it's like, your opponent's about to send out Regieleki, what would you like to do? Would you switch in Gyarados? I'm not going to give you my seal of approval on that, but if you do end up in a situation against a Regieleki, if you have Light Screen up, you're living Thunderbolts with a pretty okay amount of HP. Does 77 and 91%. If we're talking about, like, let's look at specs, for example, right? You're not gonna live Choice Specs Thunderbolts. You are gonna live Choice Specs Volt Switch. Probably it's a roll, but it's an unfavorable roll for the Regieleki player. So like, that's just to give you a general frame of reference on how tanky this thing is. And then if we look at something like a Calyrex Shadow Rider, and a lot of us who have played Series 10, less so recently because everyone knows how to deal with Shadow Rider now, even though it's still busted. Like, a lot of people, when you see Shadow Rider, you think big damage, large explosions, everything dies. So I'm going to give you a quiz, Clover. If I have Light Screen up, how much damage do you think Life Orb Astral Barrage does to this Gyarados?
This one, Life Orb, maybe less than 50%.
28% is the most it can
do. Ooh, 28%.
Yes, and then we Lash Out it, and it dies.
Ah, well.
So, that's essentially what the Gyarados is calced for. I mean, a lot of its utility is not in those matchups. A lot of its utility is things like the Groudon matchup, things like the Zacian matchup, things like that of that nature. But in that sort of vein, the spread is less important because it's more the ability, it's more the moveset, it's more the typing that's doing all the work and the heavy lifting instead of the specific counts that we've done. So counts are more for those specific matchups.
Okay, now let's look at the Lando. These EVs are everywhere, so I'm interested in this one.
Yeah, so I will say sometimes I'm sad that I'm running slow Lando because this comes in at 129 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And it's
That's for
like that's a decent speed tier. You know, it's faster than like the Rillabooms, the Serenas.
it's faster than Gothitelle, right?
It's faster than Gothitelle, yes. But you will, like, it'll be sad sometimes if I have an opportunity to click Icy Wind and then go, well, my Lando is still slower than the things on the other side of the field. Like, that's a little bit sad. But it lives a lot of stuff, which is really, really nice. So one of the big things that we can look into is that it lives a Behemoth Blade. So that's the big one. You can see a lot of those EVs are in defense and HP. Living that Behemoth Blade is a big deal. So, and then, of course, we hit back with Earth Power and we get the easy guaranteed KO because we do like 920% damage. Landorus is a good Pokemon. And yeah, I mean, when you look at the special defense investment, I'm trying to remember offhand exactly what this is for, but I think it's to be a 3-hit KO to Life Orb Icy Wind for Tornadus.
Okay.
I'm gonna double check that right now on my accounts. That's not what it is, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
Is it Scald? Is it a Scald?
Ooh, maybe it is a Scald. Kyogre. Oh, it's Ice Beam from Kyogre. Behind Light Screen.
Okay, I was close.
So, Ice Beam behind Light Screen. That's what that's for.
Okay.
And, yeah, I mean, 92 special attack is essentially just the rest. A lot of the time, Landorus is gonna, that's enough to one-hit KO things like Incineroar. You know, like super bulky instants can be a bit annoying if you want to go like full bulk, right? But this gets us a guaranteed one-hit KO on the instants that are actually in the meta. Like, if you go to Peakalytics and you pick like the super bulky one where you're like 252 HP, 252 special defense, careful nature with 0 speed, it's like, okay, that one is a roll. But realistically, you'll be getting a one-hit KO on Incineroar, which is essentially what that 92 special defense is for.
Fair. Alright, let's look at the Grimmsnarl. Careful Nature 204 Spadef. I'm gonna take a guess here. Is this for Xerneas?
So, I am not sure offhand. I am going to check right now.
Okay.
Yes, it's for Xerneas Dazzling Gleam.
Woo! Oh, okay.
Xerneas Dazzling Gleam, and it's for Xerneas Dazzling Gleam behind Light Screen specifically, and of course we don't die to Moonblast outside of Light Screen, so
that's fine.
That's kind of nice as well. We do die to Moonblast if it's like specially invested, but something to keep in mind is that this team and the spreads were made about like a month and a half ago. So at that point in time, essentially all of the Xerneases were for special attack. And most of them still are, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not a Xerneas player, so I'm a little behind on the Xerneas development. But it's like that's for it. Also just chunks hits from things like, or just like takes hits from things like Calyrex Shadow Rider, obviously, and you know, like Regieleki, all the other special attackers in the format just don't really do that much. Like if you look at Kyogre again, for example, it lives Water Spout in rain without Light Screen, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Stuff like that is essentially what that's for.
Yeah, I mean, Grimmsnarl is my second favorite mon. It's like the second Clover icon. Yeah, Steela is the first one, and I always want to tell people this. Like, when you use Grimmsnarl, you never almost have anything that's max speed. You're gonna, the goal when you use Grimmsnarl is to play slow and play bulky, because when you live hits, you're opting for more damage, and then you just OHKO right back, or deal big damage right back. When I built a Zamazenta team recently, I paired it with Grimmsnarl, and the Zamazenta had Howl, and I gave it to a buddy, and he got second place in a tournament with it.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
I'm not disclosing that team yet, but yes,
fair enough.
It was.
I do like that though. I do like that. You know, I'm a big fan of like bulky teams. I told you earlier, like the main team other than this that I've been using in Series 10 is Cosmic Power Eternatus. I back in 2020 I ran way too much bulk up Corviknight plus Foil Milotic plus Grimmsnarl shenanigans. So I can appreciate a good Grimmsnarl user myself.
All right. Well, we've talked enough about the spread, so now let's get to the rental code where you too can try out Pengy's Zacian Gyarados team. Alright guys, this is the rental code for Pengy's tournament-winning Zacian Gyarados team. Pengy, once again, thanks for joining us on the channel. Just one question, and I always ask this at every video. Is there anything about the team that you would currently change?
Not really. There's a couple of things that are always tempting. It's always tempting to put Protect on Amoongus. It's always tempting to put Sludge Bomb on Landorus, but then when I think about it a little bit, I don't really think it's worth changing. The one thing that like might be worth doing is like Kova over Akka on Amoongus, just because everyone assumes Akka Berry is there now. But the fact of the matter is like it's nice to have it as an optional switch into Zacian if there's like a Flare Blitz or something coming your way. So I personally would stay with Akka, but if you're struggling with things like Tornogre or whatever, definitely try out Kova Berry on the Amoongus.
Fair enough. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to thank Pengy once again for coming on the channel. Pengy, thanks again. Where can the viewers find you?
My Twitter is @PengyTwitch. My Twitch is Pengy with 2 Y's. And yeah, that's the best 2 places to find me. I just want to say thanks for having me on. It's been a blast. And big shout outs to Sohaib and the rest of the crew that he worked with to originally build the first draft of this team. And big shouts to Bandfox for helping me optimize it. And yeah, I'm excited to bring it to a couple more tournaments for the end of Series 10.
All right. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with another Series 10 team. So until then, stay safe. Have a good one.